Thank you for joining me in this video. In this video, we have quadratic equation. Now, the question goes this way: x squared minus x minus 6 equals 0. Now, our aim is to find the real roots of this quadratic equation, alright? Or we find the zeros, alright? That will make sure that the right hand side and the left hand side are the same thing. Or simply, we can say for us to find the zeros of the quadratic equation. Now, what do? This is what we call a monic quadratic equation. Monic in the sense that the quadratic term x raised to the power 2 has the coefficient to be what? Unity. So that's just it. Now, the constant term, that is the minus 6, okay, is a number that can be broken into factors, all right? And we shall look for that factor of minus 6. Then when we sum them, we shall also get the middle term, which is minus x. All right, and those factors are what? Minus 3 and 2, okay? Because minus 3 times 2, all right, is minus 6, okay? And minus 3 plus 2 is simply minus 1. So now we have x raised to the power 2, then minus 3x, then plus 2x, then minus 6 to be equal to what? 0. So do you see it? Now, from the second equation, okay, we can actually call it a polynomial because the number of terms, are higher than 3. The equation 1 is a trinomial, okay, which is also a polynomial, but in the name of number of terms, okay, you can call it what? A trinomial. But that equation 2, okay, is also a trinomial, okay, or still a polynomial. All right, what do? We shall what? Put them, in brackets. All right. This is what we call factorization by grouping. So we have x squared minus 3x, okay. Then I close the bracket, I establish another bracket after placing the plus sign, and have 2x minus 6. I close the bracket to be equal to what? 0. Now, do you see? What do? I have to what? From the left hand side, look for the common factors, okay? So x is a common factor, from the first binomial. Now we have x cancel x squared is x cancel minus 3x is minus 3. I close the bracket. I have again plus 2 is a factor from the second binomial. Plus 2 cancel 2x is simply x. Plus 2 cancel minus 6 is simply minus 3. Okay? I close the bracket, which is now equals to 0. You get me? Now, what do? We have to take out, one factor, which is x plus 2. And another factor, which is x minus 3. It is worthy of note that from this equation, okay, let's call this equation 3, all right, and this becomes equation 4. All right, from this equation 4, that the numbers, or the terms inside the bracket must be the same. If they're not the same, then you are wrong. So that is just it. So we said it's equal to 0. Then by zero factor theorem, it is either that s plus 2, and it is either s plus 2 is 0 or s minus 2 is 0. S minus 3 is 0. So that is it. Okay? So now what do? We have a simple equation at this point. We shall simply solve for x, from the first s plus 2 equals to 0, we have x to be equal to minus 2 because I've taken plus 2 to the right hand side, or from that s minus 3, it is simply s equal to plus 3. All right. So these are actually the zeros of the equation 1. When you substitute, either of minus 2 or 3 into that equation 1, we shall surely have 0, from the left hand side. So that's just it. Hope you found this helpful. Please do like, comment, and share my videos. Follow my page for more videos. Thank you for watching.